All right, guys, welcome to the show. Don't even know what it's called. Welcome to Who is John Rohan. If you're familiar with Ayn Rand's books, um, or book Atlas Shrugged, some of her other books as well, you'll know what the reference is to. Anyways, read an article yesterday and wanted to come back and talk about it a little bit. Um, it is Elon Musk blasts Jeff Bezos, Amazon, alleging effort to hamstring SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet. Article on CNBC written by Michael Sheets at The Sheets Tweets. Okay, so first off, as soon as I saw this picture with the two of these distinguished gentlemen, my instant gut reaction was to ask myself, who do I trust more? And I have to be honest, the choice is pretty easy. To me, Bezos looks a lot like Dr. Evil off of Austin Powers. And Musk looks just, he's your average genius nerd. And I don't mean any offense by the word nerd. I'm just saying, I think I've heard him call himself a nerd, a geek. And I use that term in this case as a term of endearment. And I think that's kind of what Musk has going for him these days. So, anyways, you ask yourself, who do you like more? Who do you trust more? Who do you imagine has good intentions when it comes to the environment, to really making a difference, or for the human race or human beings individually? It just seems to me that Bezos has kind of run his course in general with Amazon. Amazon went from this really cool company that Oprah was pushing. Everybody wanted to be involved with, and now it's gotten so huge. It is a monopoly, 100% for sure, and so it's lost some of its luster, along with Bezos himself. Anyways, getting back to the original question, who do you trust more? So let's get to this article. The two richest men on the planet are sparring in front of federal regulators over the massive satellite internet projects their companies are developing. And I think, basically what we're seeing is, Starlink, SpaceX, Elon Musk, that combination is a game changer. I don't think people realized, where tech was going, how dependent future global corporations are on having satellites in space. It's kind of like owning the internet here on Earth. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, they've got data centers all over the place, and huge infrastructure to support the future growth of their companies. And I think that's what Elon Musk's forward thinking has gotten him with Starlink. This is the next generation in high tech communications. He'll be able to provide internet throughout the world, and there's not going to be anybody to compete with him initially. And I think that's what Bezos is realizing, is that Elon's got such a huge head start on this. The fact that he owns the rockets and can put as many satellites up there as he wants for a much cheaper price. I guarantee you what he's charging Starlink is not anywhere close to what he would be charging to launch Amazon satellites up there. Anyways, so SpaceX CEO Elon Musk twittered on Tuesday as his company works to persuade Federal Communications Commission officials that it should allow SpaceX to move some of its Starlink satellites to lower altitudes than originally planned. And my guess is that is to improve the latency or the speed in which the satellites communicate with the dishes on the ground. Those dishes on the ground would be connected to infrastructure of fiber optics and wires connected to servers all over the planet, or in this case, I guess connected to the home that is operating with the Starlink beta setup. Anyways, Jeff Bezos, Amazon has been among companies that have disputed SpaceX's request on the grounds that the modification will interfere with other satellites. You know, I'm not a scientist, but it sounds to me like he's making the argument these satellites are going to create problems, but when he puts his satellites up there, no problem. And to me, it just looks like Jeff is trying to hamstring Elon Musk's Starlink project, which I don't blame him. I mean, when you've got billions of dollars like Bezos does, and you can pretty much do anything you want, get it to any industry you want, and this is an industry that he's wanted to be in. I don't blame his ego for wanting to check Elon Musk and try to get a leg up, or just to catch up. So it does not serve the public to hamstring Starlink today for an Amazon satellite system that is at best several years away from operation, Musk said in a tweet, which I agree. I mean, the satellites are up there. Let's get them let's get them to work as well as they can. Let's see how the system works. Let's make sure an American company, an American entrepreneur, is leading the charge here, and making sure that our system of government, which I hope still stands for freedom and individual rights and the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. Let's try to promote that through technology that hopefully kind of corners the market, certainly leads the way. So Starlink, the facts are simple. Let's go to this quote. Oh, this is an Amazon spokesperson. The facts are simple. We designed the Kuiper system to avoid interference with Starlink. And now SpaceX wants to change the design of its system. Those changes not only create a more dangerous environment for collisions in space, but they also increase radio interference for customers. Despite what SpaceX posts on Twitter, it is SpaceX's proposed changes that would hamstring competition among satellite systems. It is clearly in SpaceX's interest to smother competition in the cradle if they can, but it is certainly not in the public's interest, an Amazon spokesperson said. I think to me that's the pot calling the kettle black, but we'll see. Anyways, I just think you compare these two guys. Not that it won't happen to Elon, but it probably will. Probably will. But I'd love to see your guys' comments and just see what the percentages are, because I'm pretty sure it's going to land in Elon Musk's favor. His projects are just more inspirational. They're sexier. Cars are sexier than boxes. Rockets are way sexier than I don't know what. Well, I guess you can argue that that Bezos is in rockets as well. He's taken a totally different path. I think he's way behind, and he's doing anything he can to catch back up. That's not sexy at all. You just dig in, do the work, quit bitching, and let's see what you can do. So leave your comments, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.